The Hidden Diary of a Bishop's Wife. My untold truth is a release from my hurt and pain. It is not born from resentment or sorrow, but a celebration of life, joy, gratitude, peace of mind, growth, fulfillment, and achievement. I have come to realize that I am the creator of my own life, whether good or bad, and nothing is a mistake or a tragedy. The Hidden Diary of a Bishop's Wife was concealed under my innermost heart for 22 years, and today the truth has been told. Get it on Amazon today.
Welcome to The Unbreakable Woman. This is your girl Jenny. Before I dive into our topic, let me remind you, wives, girl child, women, mothers, great-grandmothers, aunties, that we are the finest of all God's creation. It is a statement of fact. So let's talk about the parents of Ethan Crumbley, Jennifer and what's his name, James Crumbley. I'm pronouncing their name right, Crumbley. The son was sentenced to life imprisonment for mass shooting at his school in Michigan. This happened in 2021, so the son has been sentenced to life imprisonment. Now the parents are being sentenced today to 10 to 15 years imprisonment. The reason why I'm making this video is because it pertains to a child. It's about woman has been sentenced, and the parents for that matter. So the Bible says that train up a child in a way he should go. When he's old, he will not depart from it. Train up a child in a way he should go. When he's old, he will not depart from it. The Bible says there is a way that seems right unto a man, but the end thereof is destruction. Listen, parents, you can be a friend to your child and be a parent at the same time. You have to choose which you want to be. Your children are there, or you are there to guide your children the right thing and the wrong thing. You should not be an enabler. So the little background is the boy wanted a gun. The boy was about 15 years old. He wanted a gun. Because he was underage, he couldn't purchase a gun by himself. His parents, his dad to be precise, went and purchased that gun for him, for a child of 15 years old. And this boy has a mental problem. So how on earth is it okay for you as a parent, as a father, you know your child is mentally challenged, he's differently able, you went and purchased a gun for him? What is he supposed to use that gun for? For antelope hunting? For deer hunting or human hunting? What is he supposed to use it for? Because if he's mentally challenged, why would you make such thing available to him? Let me remind you, or let me tell you this story. I have a beauty supply. I remember I've been robbed twice in my beauty supply, and I thought of getting a gun when my children were much younger. One thing that was always striking me, or that was always in my mind, was, what if my son sees this gun? What if my children see this gun? What is going to happen? That was the thing that was ringing bell in my ears, in my heart. What if my son, I wasn't really worried about my daughter, I was worried about my son. If he sees this gun, what is going to happen? Because he did something one time when he was much younger. He saw a lighter. He lighted it up in the shop just to try what it was, what he could do. So imagine if a gun was at his disposal, what he would have used it for, just testing. So you should not be an enabler. You know your child is not mentally sound. You enable him to go get a gun, and you are saying, we are sorry. The lives that were lost, 4 lives that were lost, and 7 children that were injured, their lives have been altered for the rest of their lives. They have been altered for the rest of their lives. So how are you going to start saying sorry to lives that you have changed forever, for the traumas that you have caused these children? You say that everything is lawful, but everything is not necessary. It says everything is lawful, but I will not be brought under the power of any. Everything is lawful, but everything is not necessary. Especially when you know the child that you have. That's why sometimes when I see some parents, the way they enable their children. I remember, let me give you this story. A child came to my store. He's about maybe 4 or 5 years old. And I was in the back doing hair. He came in with his mom. You know, a little short thing. I said to him, "Hi, boyfriend, how are you?" The boy said to me, "Who the fuck are you calling your boyfriend?" Hoo-hoo. I was expecting the mom to spank him. Well, you know what the mom did? The mom said, "No, baby, don't talk like that, baby. No, baby." Now, I looked at the woman with the African eyes. Who do I need to start beating first? If I go out with my child, first of all, my child is not going to say that thing to an adult. If I go out with my child says something like that, right there, he knows what is going to happen to him. He will never use such word again. I will beat the life out of him right there. So you say, "No, baby, don't talk like that." The boy will not take you seriously. It's like you're just playing. Sometimes we are the ones that are enabling these children because you know your child. You know who your children are. If my son says today, okay, my son is 20 years old. If my son, when he was younger, says, "Mommy, go get a gun for me," I will beat that gun out of his life. I will beat it out of his head. Because first question is, what are you going to use a gun for? I don't go hunting. I don't go shooting. I don't do any of those stuff. So what are you using? So it's either you're going killing or you're going for drug runs. So why should you be an enabler? Now, your son's life has been altered. He will be in prison for the rest of his life. You and your wife, your life has been altered also. So does it worth it? That's why Paul said, everything is lawful, but everything is not necessary. Let's know where to say this decision is not the right thing. For the sake of our society, for the sake of other children, it's not the best thing. For you to be a gun buyer, you have to be responsible for your gun. You can't buy a gun for somebody and say, "Oh no, I'm not responsible," because your name is there. So you are responsible for that gun. You are responsible for what the outcome. That's why the Bible says when you want to build a house, sit down and count the cost first. Count the cost. Make sure you have all it takes before you start building a house. Meaning that before you venture into buying a gun for somebody, think about the outcome. If something like this, if a killing happens, they're going to trace that gun to you. If that gun is involved in anything, malicious act, they're going to trace the gun to you. So why do you want to put yourself in such situation where you have to live the rest of your life? Instead of taking the boy to a therapist, instead of getting the mental health help that the child needed, it wasn't gun he needed. He needed some counseling. He needed some therapy. He needed a therapist to be there for him. But instead, you choose to get a gun for him. Let this be a warning to all parents. Let this be a warning to our children out there. Because your child asks for something does not mean you have to get it for him. Even to our mothers, to our daughters, because your child asks for long hair does not mean you have to get it for her. Because your daughter asks for green hair does not mean you have to get it for her. When she starts making her own money, when she starts becoming accountable, then she can go get it for her. It's not everything your child asks you for, you should get for your child. Don't be a parent and at the same time a friend. Differentiate between being a parent, because being a parent is stepping your foot to the ground, saying no to what that child wants. If it's against the law, because I don't see myself going out to go get a gun for my children. For what? What are you going to use it for? To whom much is given, much is required. Please, let's be responsible parents to our children. Let's not sugarcoat them. Let's not pit them when they need scolding. Let's not try to make it okay. Because I see a lot of this stuff. When people come to my shop with their children, I see a lot of this stuff. I remember one time, two girls were touching the little girls because their their mom was there. I told the children, I said, hey sweetheart, don't touch the product, okay, please, because there is COVID. The mom looked at me and said, how dare you talk to my children? If you want to talk to my children, talk to me and I will talk to my children. I looked at her, said, I didn't mean any harm. I just didn't want them to touch the product because other people touch the same product, because you don't know what is on the plastic bag, the plastic wrappers. They might take something home and everybody is going to be sick. That's why I didn't mean they should not touch. It's just that sickness is everywhere and nobody knows where this COVID is coming from. She wasn't even trying to listen to what I was telling her. She said, well, don't talk to my children. I have the right to talk to my children. Yeah, I believe you have the right, but let the community also help in shaping your children also. If somebody comes to me and say, my child did something like this, I'm gonna confront my child. And first of all, I'm gonna thank that lady. I'm gonna thank that woman who wants to correct my child. Because then they say it takes a community, or it takes a village to raise a child. So please, let's do more good to our children. Let's be our children role model. Let's not say we're their friends, we're their parents. There's a reason why you are a parent. There's a reason why they're a child. A parent is supposed to guard and shape and protect the child from any harm, from any danger, from when the children want to go against the law, not enabling them go against the law, not enabling them buying a gun, not enabling them to do something that will make them be in prison for the rest of their lives. Now your whole family is shattered. You're over a gun. I mean, I can't even get the rationality behind it, where a father goes to buy a gun for his child of 15 years old. I just don't get the brain behind it. I just don't get the mind behind it. You know your child is unwell, but you decide to go get a gun for him. For what? You know what? Let me stop talking. Because if he didn't shoot the children in the school, he would have shot you and your wife. You didn't think about that. He could have shot you and your wife. He could have shot himself. Okay, so I hope you've learned something tonight. Please go and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already subscribed, and give my video a thumbs up. My other channel is JSP Business Talks by Jenny. JSP Business Talks by Jenny. I also have my books on Amazon. This one is Women's 10 Rules for a Happy Life. And this one is The Hidden Diary of a Bishop's Wife, My Untold Truth. Tomorrow also, my next video is going to be talking about pastor's wife. And we need to talk to our pastor's wives. So get my book on Amazon, and I have it in the shop too. I will talk to you next time. Remember that the Lord is the strength of a woman, and nobody's going to love you more than you love yourself. Please do take care of yourself and take care of each other. Have a good night. Bye.